All right, I changed my mind about 38. It's pretty simple, and we've already pretty much done it in class. So let's look at 39 since this gets quite a few people. Let's go ahead and read it. The car burns gasoline, which is octane, C8H18 with oxygen. If you drive to Salt Lake and burn 150 moles of octane, how many moles of carbon dioxide are produced? All right, so remember the 4 steps. I'll just briefly write them right here. Balance, reaction, find desired unit, 3, start with given, and 4 is solve. Alright, so the first thing, balance the reaction. We know this is octane. That's a hydrocarbon. So we have C8H18. Sorry, that is terrible, but whatever. With oxygen goes 2, and these always make CO2 and H2O. Remember, you always start with the 2. That means that now we have 2 of all of this, so 2 eighths is 16. So the next step is to balance the carbons. Their next step is to take whatever is with H and put it in front of water. That's 18. And then finally balance the oxygens. Alright, so I look here, I have 16 times 2, that's 32. Plus I have 18 more over here, 18 ones. And so 32 plus 18 is 50. If I divide that in half, I get 25. Now remember, I divided it in half because whatever number goes here is doubled. So I need it to equal 50, so I need half of 50 at 25. Alright, so now I have that balanced. Number 2 says find the desired unit. Alright, I'm going to put equals over here. It wants to know if you drive this far, how many moles of carbon dioxide. So moles, CO2. Oh, that's the worst line ever. It's so hard to draw a straight one on this little board I have. Oh, that one's good looking. Alright, so I'm going to start step 3 with my given, which is 150 moles of C3H18. I'm going to go to moles of carbon. Remember your map. I'll make this bigger. If we start at moles here, we go to moles here. I simply need to use the ratio of coefficients. Alright, so I know where I start, I know where I end, and I know the path to get there. So mole, mole, I just need to do the ratio of coefficients. Alright, so on bottom is always the unit that was on top of the previous picket. So I have moles, C3H18, per moles of what I want. That's CO2. I just need to go up. There's the CO2 moles at 16. And the moles of C3H18 are 2. Alright, so I now take 150, I multiply it by 16, and I then divide that answer by 2. If my memory serves me correctly, and I didn't mean to do that, and I really am just going on memory here, so if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I think that answer is 1,200 moles of carbon dioxide if I drive to Salt Lake. Now, just to get on my little carbon footprint box, that's a lot of moles of CO2. To drive to Salt Lake, you're putting out, we haven't learned this yet, but each mole occupies 22 liters. So you take 1,200 and you multiply it by 22. And I don't know what you get, but somewhere around 30,000 liters of carbon dioxide gas goes out your tailpipe on your way down to Salt Lake City. So that's a fairly significant little trip. And you can see why pollution in the winter becomes such a huge problem, because every car is putting out tons and tons of this stuff. When I say tons, I don't mean literally tons, but quite a bit of these things. All right, hopefully that this part, moles to moles, makes sense and you know how to follow the map. Our next videos will be on the next set.